Hello, hello, hello. How is everybody? Let me go ahead and turn down this music a little bit down. If I even can. Where is my tab? There it is. There we go. Let's lower it a little bit. Yeah, nice. Nice to see everybody. Hey, Alyssa. Hey, Shiv. Hey, Kitty. Hey, Nye. Teacup, how are you? Oh, thank you for the warm wishes, Teacup. You have yourself a good night, okay? Thanks for stopping on in and saying hello. Hey, Senku, how are you? For a second, I thought you were saying your D&D, as in like your Dungeons and Dragons, but you mean your Do Not Disturb. And I thought it was funny how we were talking about that earlier on this morning. You know, about, just like notifications and stuff like that. Because my Do Not Disturb for my phone, I think comes on... Let me see, because I have like my sleep timers. Let me see. My sleep schedule is at 10:45. 10:45 is when my Do Not Disturb goes off, and it is on until 6:15 a.m. So that's pretty cool. I do hate it that to be able to get sleep data, you have to have your, like on the iPhone, there's some settings on there, like when you set your your sleep time, and so it needs to have that Do Not Disturb sleep mode thing on overnight for it to like track your sleeping stuff. So on the weekends, if you don't have that alarm set, it's not gonna count it. So I still have to have an alarm on the weekends, even though I just literally turn it off. So that way I can see how much I slept. But yesterday, I was checking this earlier, because I think this morning I asked in the server how much sleep do people get. And I got 6 hours and 30... Oh, interesting. 6 hours, 35 minutes in bed, 6 hours, 31 minutes asleep. And I think that's just because as soon as like my sleep timer, the Do Not Disturb turned on, I think I fell asleep. Can I check what my usual... So Wednesday, I was asleep for 6 hours, 55 minutes. Tuesday, 6 hours, 47. Monday was 7 hours and 6 minutes, so that's pretty good. Saturday, though, I only had 5 hours and a half. And then last Friday was 6 hours and a half. I think this Friday is going to be kind of a sucky one, because I do have to wake up early because I'm going to the dentist, and my appointment is really early. Also, let's go ahead and switch over. There we go. Although, what is up with the chat thing messing up again? That is not cool. We don't like that. Okay, there we go. I think I set it up so that way... Hold on, let me see. Refresh browser when scene becomes active. Refresh cache of current page. No, we want it so that way it's all... Shut down source when not visible. Nah, I don't know what's up with that. But that chat should always be up. So even like when that scene is not active, it should be. It should still be going, but what can you do? Twitch gonna be Twitch, right? Sometimes it just happens. Also, let me go ahead and pull up my events here on my phone, so that way I don't miss anything, because I tend to do that. And I'm not a fan of that happening. All right, cool. Nice, nice, nice. All right. If I ended up going silent, that means I've passed out. 5 hours of sleep sucks. Yes, I believe last time you had mentioned that you suffer from insomnia, and all I can say is I feel for you, because I've definitely been there before. Yeah. Got one of those smart rings that I wear to track sleep. That thing is great because I hate watches and bracelets. Yeah, I have a friend who also, like, they cannot stand, like, the watch band. They just absolutely cannot. Whereas for me, it doesn't really bother me, like, at all. Like, I think it's because I wore watches for a good, like, amount of time when I was, like, a kid. So I just kind of got used to it. Also, let's lower this music down a little bit. There we go. I think that's a good balance. You guys can hear me a-okay. Sure hope so. With the music in the background. Also, what's the brand of the ring, Kitty? I'm curious about that. And you were up to some business, huh, Shiv? The business. Hey, Ferret, how are you? And yes, this is I guess it's not a midweek stream because we're nearer, or I guess closer to the end of the stream, end of the week rather. But I actually ended up not having much to do. So earlier earlier today. So okay, let me give you a little, what do you call it? Let me give you a little background into how I schedule out my week, because this is what I do. Usually over the weekend. Or I guess closer to like on Sunday, but it's more like on Monday, right? When I get into work on Monday, I basically have my journal at work, and I'll list out the days of the week. So like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Saturday and Sunday, if I know I'm going to have time to be able to record. And I basically make a checklist of everything that has to get recorded that week. And it doesn't mean that those things are due that week, but more like, I want to be able to do the script fill for this week ahead of time. I want to work on this bonus audio. I would like to stream on this day, so on and so forth. Get things all done. So I was able to do the like an OC audio yesterday. I was able to do a commission the day before. It was for an audiobook that I'm doing for somebody. So that was pretty cool. Got that all edited. Everything's all done. All right, crazy good, nice. So today, because next week is the podcast, I'm like, I think it was yesterday, I was like, oh shit, I'm going to be super busy this weekend. I need to get up on the podcast. What am I doing? And so I'm trying to catch up with everything that I need to talk about, right? So like the movies, the books, the anime and stuff like that. So I watched a little bit more of Solo Leveling today because I think that's going to be an anime that I'm going to talk on the podcast. And for those who have been, kind of like fans of anime from back in the day, I will be doing a honorable mention of the anime Code Geass, because that is that there is a classic. It is up there with like my top 3 favorite anime of all time. So, yeah. Anyway, so today I was like, okay, when I get home, I will record stuff for the podcast. I'm going to break it up because I'm not going to have a lot of time on the weekend. But maybe I can record maybe the intro, maybe like one of the topics today. But when I got home, I was not feeling it at all. Like, absolutely. Like, I literally got home. I got all, like, cozy. You know what it was? Okay. I use my iPad as, like, my secondary monitor in my recording space. And in the recording space, I use that to monitor my levels and my recording software and all that stuff. But for whatever reason, it did not want to connect to my computer. Sometimes that happens. Like, sometimes it just like, oh, I need to, like, restart both devices, or I need to restart the Wi-Fi, or turn off Wi-Fi. So, whole thing. Lady Goddessy, hello, how are you? Thanks for stopping on by and saying hello, and also for following. Very much appreciate it. Yes, I'm an iPad kid. So the iPad, for whatever reason, did not want to connect to my computer. It just did not want to, for the life of me. It didn't matter what I did, it just did not want to connect. So, literally, I only had technical issues for maybe 5-10 minutes, but then I was like, you know what? Never mind. I don't feel like recording the podcast today. So I ended up just being like, it's okay. I'll just start working on dinner stuff. So I started working on dinner, and then as the evening is going on, I was like, I'm almost pretty close to Twitch affiliate. I just need a stream or two. let me go ahead and just get that in, because if I was thinking of already playing Odin Sphere, which that's what we're gonna play in a little bit. But I was like, you know what? If I'm gonna play it, what's the difference between me sitting on my couch and just like, I don't know, listening to a podcast when I listen to podcasts literally all day while I'm at work? I was like, well, I can hang out with some folks. So here I am. And what was I gonna say? Oh, I was gonna catch up with chat real quick. You had mentioned, Kitty, you mentioned that it's of some off-brand, badly translated Chinese ring, but that's still pretty cool though. You only get 3 to 4 hours on average of sleep. Now that there is rough. I usually get about, again, 6 to 7. For a while there, for many years, because I used to work the night shift, literally for close to a decade. I had horrible sleep, absolutely just the worst sleep imaginable. So I used to come home like at 7 a.m. and I probably would fall asleep around like 8:30, but it would suck if like landscaping folks decided to show up and start, mowing lawns and trimming hedges. It was horrible, absolutely the worst. Not to mention, if I had something to do later in the day that I had to get up for, I would just... I'm the type of person that, like, if I have something to do later on in the day, I get super anxious ahead of it and I can't do anything else. And I'm also the type of person where if it's something I don't want to be late to, I might get late. Or not late. I might just... how do I explain it? I get so anxious that I cannot fall asleep, right? And so that almost is like a self-fulfilling prophecy of me being late to that thing. Although I do not ever get late to stuff. I'm always on time. Ask anybody who knows me. I'm the type of person where if you want me to be at an appointment at 8, I'm going to be there at 7:30, and I'll be in my car at 7:30 outside of where I need to be, and then I'll walk in at 7:45 so that way I'm still 15 minutes early. So that's usually my thing. So I'm not usually late, but it usually just means that I get less sleep. So I'm just that type of person. Again, I'm just horribly anxious. I talked about this earlier on the podcast, not the podcast, on the Discord. So yeah, it happens. Daisy, I'm starting to think you and I are the same person. With how much we have in common of just how like organized and just like how like the attention to detail to just having, and you know what I think it is? It is literally just like needing to be in control of things. That's always something that I've heard where it's like, something is important to somebody if they really are anxious and nervous and worry about it, right? So for me, whenever there's something that might be out of my control, such as an appointment, something, it doesn't matter. Something I have to go to, and I don't know how it's going to go. Well, I'm going to prepare, and not only am I going to prepare, I'm going to over-prepare. I'm going to get there early. I'm going to make sure that there are no, some crazy out of nowhere obstacle that might make it so I get there late or trips me up. I want to make sure that I'm set. You know what I mean? So yeah, exactly what you're saying, Daisy, because from what is on my side of the things, that's what I can control. I can get there on time. So if I were to get there late, then I didn't have enough time to prepare myself mentally, so whole thing. And also, yes, naps are lifesavers. I'm not much of a napper. If I do, usually I'll get a nap in about like maybe half an hour to an hour, and then I usually feel fine. But usually I'm not like the 2 to 3 hour type nappers, that kind of thing. But yeah. Kitty says, I would be early to work if the spawn would get his ass out of bed on time. Are you still like his alarm clock? Yes, Nye, everybody's here. The sisters are here. Bro's almost 18 and mommy still has to wake him up. Yep, that's what happens, I know that's how it was for me. Like, even when I was like 18, 19, 20, I still had people wake me up, and I kind of feel shitty for it. Like, I remember, like, when I first went to college, my roommates, they used to have to get on me for, like, doing chores, or they used to give me a ride to class. And it's funny, in the future now, I'm like, wow, what an asshole childish thing to do. But now, but at the time, I was so like babied. I think that's really what it was. But yeah, whole thing. Anyway, why don't we jump into some video games, yeah? Jump into some visual distractions. And I hope you guys are nice and cozy. settled into bed, maybe a chair, doing some cool stuff on the side. Got a warm drink because I do have myself a bit of decaf coffee in my little tumbler here. So why don't we switch on over here? And let me go ahead and mute this music. Bye. Switch out my audio device. All right, cool, cool, cool. And we are good to go. Let's go ahead and start up with some Odin Sphere. I did play a little bit yesterday on my alone time. And I actually was able to finish a pretty big chunk of the chapter for Valkyrie. So, yeah. Let's see where we pick up from this time. Yo, half-hour naps are the perfect refreshers. I'll put my face right on my work desk and knock out for my lunch break. I do that. At lunch, if I'm, like, completely dead, I will also just... I actually have a pillow I keep at work. I have a... what is it? Like a filing cabinet, and in there I keep a pillow. I used to have a... What else did I used to have? I also had a seat cushion, too. That one I don't like as much. Oh, Nye. Bullying me again. No worries, no worries. And you need 4 hours? Are you talking about 4 hours for a nap? Senku? Yeah, I mean, I'm the type of person where, like, I bring my cozy with me. So, like, during meetings at work, I'm always bringing my coffee or my water. Whenever we're doing some sort of group project at work, I have my AirPods, like, even if it is just, like, chill music in the background that only I can listen to, you know, just something to help me get through all the silence. I have a blanket and stuff in my car, so if ever I do want to take a nap in my car, I can use that as, like, a napping resource. So, I'm all about the cozy vibes. Doesn't matter where I am. Ooh, let's eat some chicken. Let's eat some chicken. Oh, I didn't know that gives you experience. Awesome. I show up to meetings with 2 to 3 beverages on... Exactly, see? Because, like, why not, right? Usually at, like, my job, the only thing they care about is that it's covered, right? They're like, oh, just make sure that, you know, your cup has a top so you don't spill shit everywhere. Which is funny because at my desk, I actually use a cup without a top. But I've never dropped anything, at least, so I'm very, very careful. I always place it at the very end of my desk. I have a routine. I take coffee with me in the morning from home. I am not the type to buy coffee, because why would I spend money when I can just make it at home? So I take my thermos, and then I finish that up around, because I leave my my apartment around like 7 a.m. and then I finish that that coffee at around, I'd say 10:30. Depends on the day. Depends if I'm doing other things. But let's say 10:30, and then I drink some water and some sparkling water throughout my day, and then at lunch, and then after lunch I'll make myself another coffee. But today, I was actually really, I'm not going to say thirsty. I am the type of person, I think like most people, you get kind of bored and you kind of want to snack. But I'm trying my best to not snack. So instead, I try to, you know, option for something a little less bad for you and more healthy. So I figure, oh, okay, well, I'll have something that is just not as bad, right? I used to take trail mix with me to work, but then that's just me endlessly just, you know, dipping my hand in that thing and just like, I don't know, probably ate like 500-600 calories just by just, you know, never endingly just munching on stuff. So instead, I made myself hot chocolate today, and it was a little Swiss Miss, very tasty, only about 150 calories or something like that. So yeah, I think that was a, you know, for it being a non-healthy option, it was in moderation. How often do you get Starbucks, Alyssa? I'm curious. Are we now called beverage goblins? I think I mentioned it last time, but I'm actually writing a script soon for Magic Wave, and it's called I Am the Goblin King. So I'm curious how that one turns out. Because I haven't finished writing it yet. I'm only about halfway through. Daisy, your rotation is water, iced coffee, sparkling water with a splishy splash of cranberry juice. I used to do smoothies in the morning. It used to be like protein powder, and it was like, I think it was vanilla? Might have been vanilla flavor. Again, spinach, some like mixed berries or like strawberries, and I think it was like some of the almond milk. I think that's what it was. Shiv says the only thing I keep in my desk besides snacks are my work shoes because I hate walking from work to the office in them, so I'll stroll in sneakers. That makes sense. I've seen people do that at work. Some people keep Crocs. They don't work here anymore, like work in my office anymore. But yeah, there used to be a girl who used to have like these Crocs. And I remember my boss after the fact, she was, her name was Annette. My boss after the fact was like, did Annette used to wear Crocs? Like, I could have swore I saw her. I'm like, yep, she used to do that. She used to change into her Crocs because like for my job, there's not a lot of walking involved. You're just sitting at your desk. So it's not a big deal. But if management or like administration ever showed up, yeah, you may not want to be, you know, wearing Crocs in the office. Let's see. Whoa. Oh my gosh. There we go. Official Stud VA. Hello, hello. How are you? My alerts are supposed to be a lot more nice and centered in between the chat and the GG cam, but for whatever reason, because like people's names are a bit longer, I did not factor that in. So yeah, I need to change that. Also for right now, I'm going to be changing this, my little message at the top. So also Mikhail, please do not bother me right now. Another midweek stream. Yep. Hope you're having a good one. Mikhail, no, don't lay on me right now, please. Oh my gosh. He is laying on me and I am afraid he's gonna drop my coffee. And I don't want him to do that. Mikhail, you don't want that to happen, do you? Hey Stud, how are you doing? Hopefully your Thursday's going well. Let me go ahead and make Mikhail go away. Mikhail, go away. Go. Water, coffee, soda, juice, and lemonade, because lemonade is the bomb. I agree. I love me some lemonade, but I am not much of a lemonade drinker in general. It's just too much sugar, you know? That's my whole thing. I try to lower my, well, not lower, but I try to keep my sugar intake low. Every time I do like I forgot what it's called. It's not like a physical. I am due for a physical, but there is something that I do to get basically all like my stats, if you will, blood tests and stuff like that. And I'm always really good on that. I'm always really good on everything. Only one time I had high blood pressure, and it was like the lowest of the low. Like, hey, you should kind of watch it. And then literally within like a month or so, it was completely fine again. So that was cool. Stud says, doing good, just doing audio editing commissions is all. Nice, nice, nice. Here's a question. Are you doing, I'm assuming these are possibly not safe for work ones. Let me know, because I actually have a question. I have a question on editing. We don't have a dress code, so people wear whatever shoes they want, but I draw the fucking line at the people who walk around barefoot. No, yeah, you want to get judged? I will judge the F out of you with your barefoot. Holy cow, what are we doing? We're not at home. Nobody wants to be around that. You do safe for work and not safe for work. Okay, so here's a question about safe for work. And obviously, since this is a Twitch chat, we want to not be too, let's say too specific or too vulgar, right? So when it comes to the sexy sounds, right? Let's just say that. Let's say the spicy sounds, yeah? When it gets to the spicy sounds, and the ones I'm talking about are the ones that are kind of like on a loop, right? Let's say the plops. They call them the plops. For me, what I do is I basically just use my hand and I slap. And that way I'm able to measure it out as I'm recording. But I do know lots of people have like the kind of like skin plapping sounds and put it on loop. And I've never done that because I always felt like it sounded too rhythmic. It almost sounds too fake. But I wasn't sure if people do like irregular kind of rhythms, so that way it sounds a little bit more natural. I'm just curious if that even gets put into it. You know what I mean? If there even like is that amount of thought, because that's what it is for me, and that's why I just use like my hand like after the fact. I'll like dub over it, or I'll just do it live. So I'm curious. I'm curious your process. You've got Biscuit on you. Well, tell Biscuit that we all say hello. Senku says, green tea, coffee, sprinkling water or sparkling water? Occasionally soda. Yes, I do drink a soda. One single soda per day. And it's usually like a diet soda. Because, again, don't want those empty calories, you know, like I don't want to drink my calories. That's my whole thing. Also, not to mention, ever since I got into diet soda, like years and years back, I cannot do normal soda. Not even close. I'm happy to see fellow oat milk lovers. I do like me some oat milk. I think the reason for it is because a lot of people tend to have issues with just milk in general. That's how it is for me. Kind of get the stomach gurglies, and that's not fun. Stud says, there are some that make different loops of different rhythms. For me, I've done it before, but I've also used sound effects packs. So I have a sound effect pack that, I don't know who made it. It's a big sound effect pack. It's like 2 gigs big. Like, it's a big one. And that one has a ton of those like skin slapping sounds, right? Like a ton of them. But it's just literally just a clap. Like, imagine if you were to do a clap, right? It's just like, that's it. So, you know, the idea is for you to make the loop of it, right? So that was, I guess, my question was like, oh, like, do you make the loop yourself and then just kind of make it go in a rhythm? Just curious. Because, again, that's something I've never actually like looked into and what other people do. I just kind of started doing it on my own and never was curious about other people's process. So, just curious. Whoa! Chill out, guys. Chill out, guys. There we go. You want this long combo, don't you? You want this long combo. You want this long combo? For me, I use the same materials to create plops, and I have created different plop loops of different rhythms. That way I won't be limited to voicing the sexy lines. Gotcha. So it seems to be like the answer is kind of like a mix of both, right? It's kind of like, you know, rhythmic ones and then like kind of offbeat ones. Kind of change it up as you go based on, you know, the rhythm, I guess, of the audio and what's happening specifically. I guess my whole thing is, since I can just do it live, I don't have to like edit it after the fact, but it does limit me because then I'm stuck to what I recorded, you know? Right, acting like Nye, what are you even talking about right now? You've started to have problems with dairy recently. Yeah, I think that kind of happens over time. Lots of people, even people who, you know, are completely fine with it at a younger age. As you get older, you know, it just starts to not agree with you as much. Also, I cannot get any of these things. I can get this. Perform a bash attack by pressing forward just after guarding an attack. Cool. Yeah, I have a not safe for work pack where it adds wetness to it. Ooh! I should look into that because that's my issue. I tend to end up using the same kind of like sound effect for like wetness. And now that I've been doing this for a couple years, like I know a lot of people don't really notice or kind of care, but for me, as the one producing it, I kind of am like, this is kind of grating on me. I would like for there to be a little bit more variety, you know? And see, Shiv, we learn things every day. Sound effects, yes, is SFX. I remember when BTS was like super popular, you know, like the K-pop group, and I remember looking up BTS, like behind the scenes stuff, and that was impossible to find things online because every single time you searched, you would just get literally K-pop stuff. It's the same process when I'm editing other people's audios for commissions. Yes. I think with the sound effect pack that I have, I actually do have the wet sounds because there's a ton of them in there, and I remember listening to a few. But I will reach out to you if I don't have like the wet ones, because those would be very handy. So let me use this to round through everybody. Another one. There we go. Boom. Ooh. Oh, come on. I thought they weren't ready for my combos. They very much were. They were quite prepared. Alright, cool. Sprinkling or sparkling water? I get it. I knew what she was saying. I was just being a smartass. That's my whole thing. I'm a nice guy. But sometimes I am going to be a little bit smart, okay? I'm going to be a little smart. Let's go this way. Oh, hold on. Let me go up again. My kids has to avoid dairy. He's not vegan like me because it messes with his hormones and gives him acne. How about that? I have heard about that. When I was a teenager, I used to have pretty bad acne, and my dad used to say it was milk related. And I'm like, dude, I don't even drink that much milk, man. My dad was like so upset when I would get acne because he was like that type of person where he was just like, something must be wrong with you, know, that kind of thing. Also, it is a small keyhole in which no average key will fit. Huh, I guess I'm gonna need a key. Interesting. So he would make me down cranberry juice because that was like his idea of like, oh, this is gonna filter you out a bit. All like the quote unquote poisonous things that I was eating or whatever that was apparently causing me to have acne because he didn't have acne growing up, so he thought that there was something wrong with me. No, I was just, you know, a kid, and eventually it just went away. So, whole thing. Sassy geek, yeah, I'll go with that. Oh, sweet, nice. Yeah, I quite literally just joined the TREA server at the behest of Lady Goddessy. Because I was like, I don't know if I have time because I'm always like super busy. But I've actually been in there the last few days, just kind of like lurking and just seeing what people are up to, rather. Should I? No, I can't. I don't have enough to level up, so I guess we're gonna have to just fight. These guys are level 19. I'm level 19. Oh man, it feels so good when that combo just keeps on hitting. It feels so good, especially when I can launch them in the air and then come back down. Like that, like that. Oh, and then come down. This game has a great combo system. Ooh, that was nice. Satisfying is what I'm saying. I'm no longer driving, so I am no longer lurking. Hey, Angel. Thanks for hanging it. One time, okay, here's a story. This was like back in the day. I'm talking about like 2014. So this is around, well, was it 2014? Maybe it was 2015. It was around when Mario Kart 8 first came out. So this is like on the Wii U. And there was this one couple that used to stream on Twitch. And they did a 30, I'm talking 30 day marathon. Now this is like way before the days of Kai and that kind of stuff. I'm talking like, again, this is 2014. Playing Mario Kart straight. They literally just took turns like every 12 hours. And I remember one day I was working the night shift and it was probably like 2 o'clock in the morning, and like the girl was driving off to Subway, and she was streaming from her phone, and at the time I was losing my mind. I was like, no, what are you doing? You need to look at the road. And maybe that was the downfall of humanity. Maybe that's where we went wrong. That's when it happened. Yeah, they did 30 hours. 30 days. Also, a little quick fun fact. They, not even joking, after the 30-day marathon ended, they went to an event to which, at the event, girl cheated on guy, and they never were heard from again until years later. They were like super popular on Twitch, big time on Twitch. And well, back in the day, I mean, 2014 is 11 years ago. It's over a decade. I'm sorry to, burst the bubble, but we're all, victims of time. So anyway, yeah, whole big massive drama thing. They were like they were like 18-year-olds too. So it was a whole thing, and they never, I think they streamed one single time after the fact, but chat was giving them the business for what had happened. Years later, girl comes back to be like, yo, I didn't know what was going on. I was like, it was a whole big thing. I'm not going to get way into the details because there's like SA involved, and it was a whole thing. What turned out, a lot of people thinking like, oh, she was the bad guy, turned out she was like the victim of everything. And so was like the dude, because the dude was like 18 years old. He didn't really know what was even happening. He's just a kid. So it was a whole thing. But I just remember that. I just remember watching that stream, playing, and every time I am on, like, I don't remember the name of the level. I think it's like Moo Moo Milk Farm or something on Mario Kart. I think about them because I remember they used to play that level a ton. Whole thing. Drama indeed. Twitch has always been about drama. Also, did I already get that key? Did I go down there? No, I don't think so. Alright, cool. Let's go up. Sorry, Goddessy, that's just kind of how it is. You know, the endless march of time comes for us all. Time waits for no man. Unfortunately. When did Twitch kind of first get big for you guys? What would you say Twitch, like, took off? Because I remember, like, the news when Twitch got bought by Amazon, and that was, like, everyone was like, oh, I guess it's the end. And that was, like, what, 2015, 2016? So, like, nearly, like, what was that, 8 years ago? Mirage, how are you? Hopefully you are doing well. Because I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing mighty fine. What say everyone else? This guy's long dead and I just cannot stop hitting him. It's just too much fun. Just wrecking shop. I was like, how come it's taking forever for these people to die? But it's because they're level 19. Earlier, they were like level 4, and I was just killing them. Doing great, thank you. Having a cozy evening. Cozy evening, little night. You found out about Twitch in 2021. I would say a lot of people kind of found out about Twitch, or, just like, I would say, the online culture, I guess you could say zeitgeist, took a big turn after COVID, right? It never was big for you, Mel. Really? You never watched any streamers? There was this one girl I used to watch, like, every day for a while. Her name was Ammunition. She still streams, even until now. But I first got into Twitch back when people started streaming Dark Souls. That was, like, the whole thing. Just, like, watching people get into that game not knowing what it was. And then just seeing, people freak out at just how hard it was, how difficult it was, and that was a good time. That was a good time. All right, let's head back this way. Let's go get that key. Let's jump down. Oh, there's an egg there. Whoa. I can't even pick up stuff. Hold on. Let me use one of these guys here. Found out about Twitch in 2020 because of the pandemic. There you go. See, that's literally what I was just talking about. Angel said, Nice says, like big-wise, I would say 2017-18 when Ninja. Oh, okay, that makes sense. If you would have asked me when Ninja got popular, I would have said probably 2020. But yeah, that does make sense because I do remember him getting big pre-COVID. So yeah, that checks out. Angel, I knew it was a thing for a long time, but didn't really start watching until 16, 17, but mostly just one streamer. I'm curious, what was the streamer? And what did they stream? I am curious. It's a lovely 85 degrees there. It was 74? Like around my parts. Like at the hottest, I want to say. And I felt it a little toasty. It also didn't help that I was wearing a jacket. I always like to wear like a top coat. Mirage asks, are you making people feel old again, GG, after posting about Chrono Trigger and making me feel ancient earlier? It's not my fault. It's not my fault that Chrono Trigger is turning 30 years old. We wish it was 20 years old. No, yeah. It's again, I am just the messenger. You get mad at time itself. Speaking of Chrono Trigger, I was listening to the soundtrack earlier today, and I just could not stop humming the soundtrack. Could not stop. Like, I got home and I was just like humming along in my own little world, having a good old time. Man, Chrono Trigger's good. Oh, boss time. Boss time. Oh my gosh. Hold on, I'm gonna pause real quick because I want to catch up with chat here. Mel, I've known about Twitch for more than a decade. I just don't give a shit about watching other people game. I get you. Sometimes I would do that just to see how like people would take a game that I've already played and just see like how they go about doing it. I used to body double with Twitch streams during study hall in high school, so it's been a while. Hey, check that out. What were your favorite streams, Daisy? Like, what sort of games? What were they playing? Were they like variety streamers, just like a one game type person? Shift says it was big for me around COVID times when my favorite YouTubers used to stream. Goddessy, I love watching playthroughs on YouTube, and most of them were a Twitch recording. Yeah, that's kind of the whole thing, right? That's kind of like where a lot of that first started, were like the Let's Plays. And I think that kind of started with like Minecraft, right? Which that's still somehow pretty big with the kids. Here's a fun little fact. I grew up with consoles, right? Did not really play PC games until like way later. Like I had a computer ever since I was like 12, and that was around like late 90s, like just about 2000. And I was just really bad at like, you know, WASD, you know, just like WASD controls, right? WASD. Just could not for the life of me control people with the keyboard. It was all about, you know, having a controller. But it was around Minecraft time that I finally like was able to learn how to use a keyboard to move around. So Minecraft was clutch in me gaining more skills to play more games. All right, Shiv, have a good time at the gym. What are you focusing on today? Are you doing weightlifting? Are you doing some cardio? Speaking of, I actually still need to do some weights today. Today's supposed to be a weight day, but I'm not at the gym. Instead, I'm just going to be using some dumbbells here at home. And I do believe I have me a reminder on my phone, so I do not forget about it. Whoa! Whoa! Oh my god, I'm getting... Oh, no. Hold on. Was controls, my beloved. Yeah, like I just really could not like handle them as a kid because like I didn't grow up on PC games. Like I was not playing shooters, you know, like even my computer that I had was not like a gaming PC like for back then. So Doom or like Wolfenstein, none of that. So I really didn't. I remember buying a Sidewinder, like those old USB controllers to play like, I don't know, I think it was like Sonic 3D Blast on my PC. Yeah, I did not have a PC till like way later. I love Let's Plays because I get the same amount of enjoyment without spending a damn dime. Yep, I mean, that is really what it comes down to. You're able to enjoy, you know, most of the game, not so much the satisfaction, I guess, if you're into that sort of thing, whether it's difficulty, you know, getting through it, beating a game. But if you're more into it for the drama part of it, let's say if it's a story-based game, then, I mean, all the power to you. I am never going to begrudge somebody who's just like, you know what, I just want to experience a game by watching somebody else do it, you know? Cardio and slow weighted workouts. Nice, nice, nice. Are you doing, like, weight? In terms of, like, what's that called? Scaling your weight up as you get stronger, or are you just doing, like, more reps? I'm curious. I am curious. I'm gonna take a swig of this coffee. You're a baby PC gamer, Angel. You've only been playing Infinity Nikki. Yeah, over time, you'll get better. You'll get better. I feel like lots of people tend to... They get good at something once something interests them, and it, like, hooks them into playing it. Like, I knew a lot of people who, like, you know, didn't play PC games, like, at all, and then they got way into Final Fantasy XIV. And then, you know, years later, there they are with, like, their custom hot bars and everything like that. So, like, you know, if something really, like, speaks to you in terms of a game or interest or whatever, then, yeah, you'll learn it. So, you just, you know, everything in life is practice. Everything. It doesn't matter. If there's something you're not good at, just keep practicing at it, and eventually you'll get there. Doesn't matter what it is. Mel says, I'll be going to the gym when I get home. It's upper body arm day. Also, I need to... I think I have those... Do I have those stems? Yeah, I don't need those. Just taking up inventory space. My Spawn designs and builds mod packs and has even voiced some modded characters in Minecraft. There's always so much voice work out there for, like, people who do, like, Minecraft mods. And I actually had a goal this month in March to just try to, like, broaden out a little bit and probably, like, reach out to people who wanted voice work, even if it's, like, just voluntary stuff. But then I got busy. Turns out the paid stuff takes priority over the free stuff. Also, real quick, let me see. I think it's that... Wait. Is it that... I think it's up. Oh, it's that chest right there. There it is. I was looking for the wrong thing. Ray8, how are you? Hopefully you are having a lovely Thursday. I think this is the key. Maybe the small key? Ah, it was, but it was a trap. Haha, reverse trap! Fucking you guys up. Get better. Infinity Nikki is the peak gamer experience. And what I mean by get better, I just mean get better in terms of, like, controlling the character, like, in said game. So, like, if Infinity Nikki is your game, then, like, getting better at that. You know, at controlling your character and that sort of thing. So that way you can have an even better experience as you play more of it. Alright, time to eat. Let's eat a whole ton of grapes. And definitely not eating that rotten one. I'm doing great, Ray. Just catching up on some Odin sphere. Leveling up. That good thing. Shiv says, more reps, but I do need to go up in weight soon. Well, I am wishing you the best. Mirage says, I was emulating PS1 games during the PS2-3 era, so I was very familiar with WASD. Ah, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, like, again, I didn't get a PC till, like, later on, and even so, like, I really didn't get into gaming on stuff until, like, the mid-2010s, I want to say. Up until that, it was just consoles, you know? The only time I use Let's Plays is for Resident Evil because I'm a coward. I tend to do that too. When it comes to scary games, I might look up the scary parts, so that way when it comes down to it, like when I'm actually playing it, it doesn't scare me. But nowadays, I really kind of don't get scared by anything horror. I used to be a scaredy cat. Like horror, games, movies, whatever. I can watch anything. If it's a jump scare, that's a different thing, but I really do not get like that terror, you know? Infinity Nikki is such a well-made game. I love it to bits and pieces. I will hear no Infinity Nikki slander on my watch. And Mel, wow, got me into PC gaming. I miss it sometimes, but not the dailies. Yep, same here. I'm not a big fan of dailies. That was like my whole thing with like Destiny, which was not a PC game, but Destiny was all about the dailies, the weeklies, all that kind of stuff. And after a while, it just... It gets to be too much. If that's your only game, then yeah. Your forever game, sure. Get all the gear and weapons you need, whatever, but I need a little bit more variety in my game. Final Fantasy 14 was my first real MMO. I didn't last very long on RuneScape, and my username being named after a skill from the game should tell you how I feel about it. Mirage Dive sounds familiar. It does sound familiar. Again, I only played, I've talked about this before, I've only played Final Fantasy 14 during when A Realm Reborn launched. So it was like that first year after, you know, the whole relaunch of the game. And I only played it through the base game before any of the expansions came out, which I heard, you know, that is what makes Final Fantasy 14 so good. And maybe one day I'll get back to it, but that subscription fee, that was a deal breaker for me. Because at the time, I just really didn't have a lot of dispensable, there you go, money to go about just throwing at a single game, you know? Also, I am going to... Oh, I'm going to throw that away, actually. Do I have to eat it? There's no way to toss it. As long as it doesn't hurt you. Oh, okay, good. I'll make sure it didn't hurt me. I am going to plant 3 of them. Let's get these. See you later, Alyssa. Have a good night. Hope you have a lovely evening. Get some rest. And what job or class is Mirage Dive for? I think I played a paladin. I think. Hope the blood work goes well, by the way, Alyssa. If you're still here. This one still needs a little bit more. Yeah, the subscription is why it took me ages to actually join it myself. And I always am a little Final Fantasy 14 curious. So I always go back to play the trial, and I love it every time. I don't care if I'm doing the most mundane fetch quests. I don't care. I love being in that world. But I just never really had people to play with, and I think nowadays it would be really easy for me to find people to play with, like cool people. But a lot of it's just the time sink too. Like I usually can play a game for like 1 hour per day, and for like an MMO, I know that's such a small amount of time to put into a game like that. So it makes it tough. It makes it tough to justify, even though all I want is to be able to play it. She didn't say screw gentle. She said she needed to get to sleep because she's got stuff to do tomorrow. I respect the being responsible. Hey B, how are you? And also, is it BLZ or B? How should I go about saying your name? Just so I make sure I say it correctly. Mel, I played Final Fantasy 14 at OG launch and during Realm Reborn launch. I liked it, but the level cap was only 50, unlike WoW, which was 90 at the time. Dragoon! I was gonna say, isn't it like a Dragoon? For some reason, I keep thinking a spear. It's level 68 spell, and it's one of the few named after an OG Final Fantasy 4 move. That's what, okay, I was gonna say, how did I know that? But I played Final Fantasy 14. I remember Kain from Final Fantasy 4. Either is good. All right, cool, cool, cool. You love Final Fantasy 14, but fuck the subscription. That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. Let me see what skills I have. Oops, wrong. That's here. Skills. All right. I thought that said girl smash. Grid smash. That's amazing. Okay. I really do like Ice Shot. I use that a lot. Blinding Light? Oh, I don't have that. Oh, okay. I don't have enough foe zones for that. Yeah, if Final Fantasy 14 ever gets a little bit cheaper, I'm jumping on that. I'm hopping on it right away. Also, I don't think I have enough to unlock any of these. Oh, whoop, never mind. Increased damage dealt by 20% when attacking a foe from behind. Oh, wait, that's not the one. This one. Be less likely to get status effects. There we go. That one's only 2. Are y'all excited for the lunar eclipse? I actually have a reminder on my phone to go outside in a little bit to go see about the what is it called? The blood moon? To go check that out. We can only hope it's not like, you know, I go outside and it's like the Majora's Mask moon. It's just like staring back at me. Didn't finish 4. I was... You was. You was. I was playing on my phone and the file corrupted. Ooh, okay, yeah. You played the mobile version? I'm trying to think if I... No, I played the DS remake of it. That was a good remake. Let me save it before shenanigans happen. After I beat this boss, I think that might be it for me tonight, but let's see if I can beat it first. Kain is unironically my favorite video game character of all time. I love my dramatic loner edgelord. Yes! Little spoilers here. I love when we see, who is it, Golbez? When we see that Golbez is just Cecil's twin? Oh, so good. So good. And I think the inspiration for Golbez was actually Darth Vader. I think that's right. I think that's right. Yes, there is a lunar eclipse. I think anywhere in the US you should be able to see it. It's going to be like fully red. Like you should be able to go outside and just see it, provided, you know, it's not cloudy. And it was pretty dusty over here earlier, so I'm actually not sure if I will be able to see it now that I think about it. I was just outside not too long ago. We grew up in the era where you bought a game and that was the entire game, no extras. Subscription to play a game can kiss my ass. Get you there. I feel you there. Because that's really what it is. Also, I love this little Majin symbol here. This little Majin Vegeta thing happening. Oh, we get since the boss is coming up, we can do some status effects with some eating of the food. Let's do that.
Touring restaurant.
See, I know my stuff. I know my stuff, Mirage. I know my Final Fantasy. I just beat 16 recently, and I will be talking about that on my my Patreon podcast. So that's exciting because I was not a fan of it up front, but the story is what hooked me. That is the one thing that hooked me, was the story. Also, the final battles were incredible. Wish the whole game had good battles like that. But I did get gifted Final Fantasy VI around my birthday, around like Christmas time. So later on during this year, my plan is to finally play and complete Final Fantasy VI. I have started that game up a billion times. It's one of my first that one of my only Final Fantasies that I've never finished. I've never finished 2 or 6, so I'll be doing that. And hopefully later on I'll be doing also Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. So look forward to that in the future. Oh, nope. I want to leave. I want to leave.
Maury's Touring Restaurant. No building, no problem.
Kitty, are you going to head on out? If you are, then I hope that you have a good night. But I am just about to finish this, so I'm going to see if I can... Yes, I want to leave! Oh my gosh!
Thank you very much.
Let's see. You're struggling to get through 16? That's exactly what it is for me. Yes, exactly! Cutscene simulator. That is literally what it is. because like the gameplay is so brain dead. There is no strategy. There is literally nothing to change up except like, oh, let me go through all my my wind moves. Oh, let me switch out as they cool down. Let me do my ice moves. Oh, let me switch out. Let me do my fire moves while they're you know, cooling down. And it's only until you get to the final like battles where it feels like Final Fantasy XIV, where you have to dodge things, where you're like dodging all over, and it is amazing. And you're like, where was this the entire game? But I do feel that that story carries that game. And it is an amazing story. I loved the story by the end of it. And I appreciate that so much for you saying that, Kitty, about the different types of subscriptions. You know, that there are different types of subscriptions. I myself also have a few Patreon subscriptions, and it's always funny because they're always talking about like, man, everything's a subscription today, but not our Patreon. We hope you keep subscribing to that. So yeah. You know, you support the people you want. The whole thing is when it comes down to like corporations and companies, right? When you're supporting a person, it feels a little bit better, you know? Did I say blah? If I said blah, then I need to add it to the counter. I'm gonna add to the counter, guys, because apparently I said the blah. We are now at blah. We're at 2. No worries, Kitty. I've told you before. No worries on the sub. You get to it when you get to it. That's why I have a YouTube channel. That's why I have, what do you call it? I'm doing the Twitch stuff. So you can get me where you can. Subscription that supports a creator? Yes. Subscription supports a multi-million-dollar company? No, thank you. Exactly. Exactly. All right. I am gonna. No, I want. Dude, I want to go in the box. All right. What is this? Recovery. I'm gonna put some of these away. Also, why do I have these? Can I sell those? Please tell me I can sell those. Because I don't need them. Yo, I can sell them. Heck yeah. Alright, there we go. Completely useless. I mean, you can throw them at people, but I mean, whatever. Let's get into it. Oh, wait. What level is it? 21? I'm 22. Alright. Let's do it. Let's do it. First, let's take a swig of this coffee. Pirate shows, y'all! Hey. I'm not saying Nye is right, but I'm not saying Nye is wrong either. All right, here we go. Final battle. We're gonna do this final battle, then I'll be down for the night, or done for the night rather. But if you're gonna take off early, Kitty, no worries, because there are little cutscenes here and there, so it might make things longer. So you take care. Have yourself a lovely night's rest. I'm hoping it's more than 3 or 4 hours, but get a good night, or have a good night rather, and take care. Thanks for joining.
I have been delegated to discipline King Odin, who steals.
I like how this dude's being possessed by Dr. Robotnik.
Observe, the pitiful king is merely a puppet to my will. This country is finally mine.
I did see a really good TikTok yesterday that was saying about, like, you know, when people say like, oh, I'm just a girl, right? You know, just to be like, oh, I'm just a girl, like, you know, don't put that much pressure on me, or like, oh, I'm supposed to do taxes, but I'm just a girl, that kind of thing. And in the TikTok, the girl was saying that her dad said, that just sounds like you're just demeaning yourself. Don't ever do that. And then the girl was like, oh shit, yeah, I'm not gonna use that anymore. So that's one way of seeing things, right? I get the sentiment, though. I get the sentiment. Nope. Yes, it was the condom full of walnuts. I forgot about that. The big buff dude. Nice, nice, nice. Got the dizzy on him. Ooh, nice. I want to use some of this stuff. I have so much of it. Oh, come back here, buddy. Come back. Dodge, dodge, dodge. Ah, he actually got me that time. Nope. Ah, you got me. No, 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 no! Oh, he's using the... fuck. What is that called? Killer Cloud? Oh, he can summon folks. Okay, he can summon some guys. Not that strong. Oh, nope. Nope, no, 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 no. Oh, shit. Ooh, nice hit, nice hit. Oh, that was awesome. I was able to actually, like, oh, that was so cool. I was actually able to hold, like, my, my combo while switching directions. That was awesome. I didn't know you could do that. Hold on. Oh, shit. .420 blaze it. Where is it? There it is. Blaze. Oh, shit. Too far. Too far. I feel like I was doing so well earlier. I think this is his last health bar too, by the way. Oh, fuck. Nope, come back. Ah, screw this. Hold on. Let me use my items. Gotta push him over there. Gotta push him into the flames. There you go. He's got burned. Oh, that was a big hit. 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 What's up, KB? How are you? The person holding me hostage says I can go if I watch the stream. Well, I would say the person holding you hostage has some good taste. How are you today? Did you get any drawing in today? Can I'm curious if I can get, it sounds funny, PP, if I can get more PP by using a, like eating something. Because the healing tonic, let me see, I don't think any of these give you PP. Which again, I know it sounds funny. Hold on, buddy, hold on. I'm focused, guys. I'm locked in. Max PP. Exactly. Oh, that one was a big one. He doesn't have any weak points, does he? There we go. I think this might be it. Got him. You've been sick for 2 days, so no drawing. Aw. Well, hoping that as you feel better, you can get back to doing a little bit of sketching. I did say PP. It's really funny how many games have PP as like an acronym for whatever it is, PowerPoints, whatever it is.
You made it back safely.
I have violated your edict, but I have important information for you. Please take this. This ring.
Ah, there you go. I just got my
Good work, Gwendolyn.
my reminder
That
to
man,
do my weights today because I don't want to forget.
Right to tempt Oswald.
Tempt? What
Also,
do you mean, Father?
this game, I will never get over
When
how
I formed
amazing
the
this game
pact,
looks.
I would give you to him, if he could slay the dragon Wagner.
Oh, I'm actually not sure if that's Sailor
Obviously,
Mercury's VA,
he
because I know, like,
succeeded. The ring
for,
was
like,
a
the
prize from
redub
that battle.
of, you know, like, when they
With your
redid
latest actions, you have
Sailor Moon
atoned
as
for
well
your
as
past
Sailor Moon
transgressions.
Crystal, they got a
Welcome
whole new
back, my
cast.
child.
This is the voice of
Your
Colin
honor
from
has
Code
been
Geass.
restored.
Because this was, when did this game come out? Like 2005, 6, 7?
Fought the dragon. For me.
So this is a while ago. So I don't think those people were voicing stuff yet. A lot of that voice cast.
No. This is no longer
Fun fact,
where
I've met the
belong.
entire dub cast of Sailor Moon
Gwendolyn.
Crystal and like the whole redub cast, as well as the original 90s dub
I wish
cast.
you and the heavens well.
Little fun fact, I've also met the creator of Mega Man. I have a picture with him. That sounds about right. Someone for Persona. It was funny because I went to a con. I went to Anime Expo back, I don't remember what year this was, 2015, 16. And I was in line to see Keiji Inafune, creator of Mega Man, because he was going to be, he was doing a Mighty Number 9 panel, and Mighty Number 9 was such a horrible thing. we don't talk about Mighty Number 9, but he went to the bathroom or something like that, and I went to the bathroom. That's what it was. I went to the bathroom, and as I was going like through the halls, I literally see him with his like bodyguard, and I wait for his bodyguard to like look the other way, and then I'm just like, oh hi, you know, I just in broken Japanese like say hi, and then he posed for a picture. He put his hand up, I put my fist up, and we said Rockman, and we took a picture, and it was great, and I cherish it forever. I have met lots of people. It's always interesting when I think back at all the people I've met. I have met so many people from like the video game industry or anime stuff. It's pretty funny. But that will be a story for another time, because I am actually done for tonight. We actually made some progress here. So let me go ahead and return to the title screen. Nope. I mean, yes, not no. Cool. Yeah. 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 Let me switch on out to my music. If my tabs want to work. There we go. Let's switch out over to this audio device. Pretty cool. All right, cool. Nice. GG, if they ever invent life-switching tech, I'm stealing yours. Sorry, not sorry. Oh, well, you know, I just happen to be at, like, the right place at the right time. I used to live, like, close to LA, so it was really easy for me to get to places, and lots of people who travel for anime events, especially Japanese people, you know, they travel to LA since it's, you know, closest from Tokyo. So it was just really easy for me to meet a lot of people like that. And then dubbing companies were in LA at the time, so makes sense. But anyway, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Again, this was a kind of a surprise last minute midweek stream or end of the week stream. I will be getting back to Baldur's Gate 3 on Sunday for, I'm thinking, a good 2 hours. I'm thinking about starting around 4 p.m. Eastern, but I actually might push that off maybe an hour or so. I'm not actually sure. But that's when you should be able to expect to see me back here on Twitch. But again, thank you guys so much for being here. W stream, Mr. Kai. Hey, Kai's he's a different animal, man. I don't know how he does that for as long as he does. The guy's like endless energy. But anyway, thank you guys so much again for hanging out with me. I will catch you guys later on the various parts of the interwebs and all that good stuff. But until then, you will hear from me soon enough. All right, guys, take care. Bye now.